A lot of times I'm driving, there's nothing to do, and I shuffle through the radio before I unglue. There's a lot of red on ways, it's traffic, I'm screwed, and I'm wired a bit different than a regular dude. It's not a bad thing, I embrace it, it's true. The radio don't stimulate brain chemistry fluid. The Buddha found nirvana and the Four Noble Truths. Through a meditative process, right action he proved. For me, I require the use of a tool, a detector, pin, pointer, shovel, and beach scoop. I'm meant to work the dirt with my history crew, but everywhere I look, my interest taboo. Most people choose Bieber over Tippecanoe. What does a detectorist listen to when the radio is full of bad music and news? I need an alternative for me to peruse. Beyond Sight and Sound gets fantastic reviews. A metal detecting show where my thought bubble brews. Thank you, Josh Kimmel, for inviting me to a detecting dork out with guests like yours truly.
Are you looking for a high-quality beach and sand scoop? Are you trying to take your hunting to the extreme? How about an American-based company that stands behind their product and everything they sell? Then check out our friends over at XTREME Scoops. John has been making scoops for some time now and makes a quality beach and sand scoop to take your hunting to the next level. XTREME Scoops recently released their new sand shredder that works great in the water and on the beach. And if you're a new Equinox user, you may want to check out his Surfmaster X3 that can trap those small targets you new Equinox users are finding out there. XTREME Scoop's company approach is let's do it right. So do it right, buy it once, and go to the extreme. XTREMEScoops.com. That's XTREME Scoops.com.
Hey boys and girls, we are going to talk about S&W shooters and prospectors. What is S&W shooters and prospectors?
We at S&W Shooters and Prospectors help people find treasure.
Did you say treasure?
Yes, treasure. Just listen to this amazing review from our happy customer, Jackie Sparrow.
Chocolate ship-shape and a pleasure to deal with. I was able to buy everything that I needed at prices that were shillings less than others. I found my 9 pieces of meat in no time. Savvy?
I know you're asking yourself, why should I shop at S&W Shooter and Prospectors?
Chuck Smalley has over 45 years of metal detecting experience. He works with each customer one-on-one to customize their setup to match their skill level.
So if you always dreamt of being a pirate, contact Chuck at S&W Shooters and Prospectors and he'll take a great deal for you.
Eye patch and rum not included.
Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right, we're back. We're live, I think. We're back. We're live once again. You are listening to Beyond Sight and Sound Metal Detecting and Treasure Hunting Radio for all the really cool digging people out there. And as looked through the chat, well, let's see here. Looks like we're having... looks like Chuck's talking about a shortage in the chat. Well, so the Bills are in, Chelly's in. Chuck, Mike, Lou, Detecting Addicts, Andy's books. Can't get them right now. Welcome to Barb. Nice. Okay, so, first off, addition to the links and description tonight, in the chat, in the description, Sunday, apparently there are some people hitting the archives that don't necessarily do Facebook. And they were requesting information, where they could find the information, basically, for pricing and payment information for the 2022 I Swing Into Summer event. So hopefully, for those that don't interact with Facebook, by including that into the bottom of the description and in the chat, they will still be able to find that information. And also, I do believe that information will be going out in the I Club membership newsletter, too. So wanted to make sure and get that mentioned right off the bat before I, see a squirrel or something and go off the other direction. Because we're doing what we can to make sure that the information is out there and available for people, and making sure that and making sure that people know where to find that information. Sorry, like I said, squirrel, I saw something in the chat, and I'm going, what in the world are they talking about? But hey, that's how it goes. You never know sometimes. We made it through treatment okay Monday. Not sure how quick we're bouncing back. I don't know. I was feeling okay, but then I must have got into something outside and earlier this afternoon, and my sinuses have just been horrendous since then. So we'll try and make it through the show tonight without too much trauma to people. So there's that too. Now, for those that have been watching and following the I Swing Into Summer flyer and information and things of that nature, don't forget, get your rooms reserved if you're staying at the hotel. Call the park, get your campsite reserved if you're planning on camping, things like that. Also, for people who may be curious, the seated hunts are restricted to stock coils to kind of keep it, fair across the board for everyone. Seated hunts are also restricted to hand diggers because of the fact that they're, if they're seated, these targets are not going to be all that deep. So that's another thing that I wanted to kind of throw out there real quick and make sure we got that covered as well. Sometimes you just don't know unless you ask or see what's going on. Oh my. I'm having a bad metal detector moment. That's not good for Frank. Which brings us to the next thing. What's up, Frank? I believe, if I remember correctly, let's see here. Let's see. Okay. Looks like there are some people having issues with metal detectors, apparently, according to Chuck in the chat. Not sure what that's all about. And I would swear somebody had tried to call in, and I tried to grab the number. I think I've got them. Go ahead, caller. Hello. No, I guess I did not get them. So they'll have to try and call back, apparently. Okay, so see, that's what happens when I get looking at the chat. Anyway, if they want to call back, they can call back. I don't know who it was. I'm really not sure either. I don't know who that would have been. Either way, moving on before I get caught by the squirrel again. So as people have seen from the posts and from the title tonight, obviously for the Legend users, the first update has arrived. And with that update, the pinpointing function has been improved. Multi-frequency parameters have been updated. The audio alert for the automatic frequency shift, i.e. noise cancellation, has been extended. This was interesting. The factory default tone breaks. That bottom end that we were talking about a week or so ago on the show has been changed. Now, it has been dropped down from 11 to 10. That's in park mode. The Ferrosoft discrimination pattern has been updated to reject IDs between 1 and 10 in park and field modes. So there's that. They've got a lot of things going on with this update. Threshold audio level has been increased in the gold mode, which, you know, that is what it is gold mode. I've heard some people call it the all metal mode, and it's gold mode. Audio response during ground balancing in gold mode has been updated. The backlight levels have been reconfigured, which they think that users will get. They'll like that. So that's interesting as well. And they've got all of this and more, apparently, with the update, because there is also bug fixes. So who knows what the bugs are, but we'll see what happens. For those, we know that the Legend is based on the Simplex platform. Obviously, the user menu is a little more intense than the Simplex because it is a more advanced machine. It's a simultaneous multi-frequency machine. The update or the update tool, is supposed to be more simplified than what it has been in the past. And it's not a lot of rocket science. I mean, you can download it right from the Nokta website. There's a short, I want to say just a hair over 2 minutes maybe, tutorial video on how to do the update. Watch the video. Make sure to extract the files from the compressed folder. And then go ahead and continue on. Open the update utility tool. Load your bin file. Connect the legend. Hold in the up arrow. And go ahead and tell it to update. So, now the interesting part of that, though, is that Nokta does this is supported by Mac and PC users. That being said, I don't know if this is just a little bit of a hiccup or what. The particular Windows 10 model that I installed the update utility tool on did not want to, Windows Defender did not want to allow it to install at first. So once we got it to install and grabbed the bin file and all that, the update itself, 60 seconds or less and done. I mean, once it's updated, the machine will power up. The computer will give a message saying update was successful, and you're good to go. When you power up the machine, you will see it says 1.05 in the upper right-hand corner as opposed to 1.04. And that's during the boot up when you see the LD on the screen. I don't know if there is a bit of a conflict with Windows 11 or not. It sounds like there could be. It sounds like there's some sort of issue. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I'm sure as more people get the chance to update, they're going to find out from there whether or not there are any issues with it. But other than that, it's very straightforward once you get the hang of it. The update goes fairly simple for people. And we'll see if it's just a Windows 11 kind of glitch or what that is. And for a lot of us, this update was just released this morning, so probably not a whole lot of reports yet on how that update is doing, if it really has made things better. And we had Chuck on with us, I think, but now he's gone. What is going on here? I don't know. Let's see. Let me get my sinuses straightened out here and see what happens. It looks like we've got him coming back. Do we have you now, Chuck?
Hello?
Yes. Do we have you now? No, we don't, apparently. Well, let's see here.
No.
No.
Not there.
Not there. I wonder what is going on. Because that should be coming through just fine. So,
let me move another screen here. And we'll see what we can do. And see if we can get him in here. Which, incidentally, I do hear that Chuck will be on... I wonder what happened there. Chuck will be on with Frank and the gang, I believe Monday, to talk about the I hunt. Let's see here. All right. Now, we will, we'll see if we can get him in here now. Because I need to be able to, get him through before I can find out what is going on here, before I can shift to another screen, because I can't jump back and forth between the two. So we'll try that.
I got you now.
All right. I was
The
trying...
problem was I couldn't hear you.
Right. I was trying to get you through there, but I couldn't toggle back and forth between the two screens.
Yeah.
Not while I had other calls coming through. So either way, we've got that shifted around now, I guess. And now you can hear me and I can hear you, and they should be able to hear you as well.
You did the update on the unit you have.
Yes.
And it went slick.
Yeah, I had relatively no issue at all, other than Windows didn't want to allow the utility tool to install. Windows Defender didn't like something about it, but after I told it to install anyway, and got the Legend into update mode, loaded the bin file, told the computer to update, then the UP on the screen changed to a numeric status indicator, where it was a 2-digit number that climbed up to 99, and then it powered on. Computer says update successful. Past that, I have not been out to try it with the update to see how things have progressed, if there's anything very noticeable.
Saturday picking up their ProPack units, and I don't know if they just came in. The ProPacks just arrived, so probably doesn't have the update on it yet.
No, it probably does not. And in the future, units that ship, if they are updated, they will have a little piece of paper in the box, in the packaging somewhere, that says, version 1.05.
There you go.
And that will be how you can tell if they are or are not updated, because on the units that you've got people coming in to pick up, if you power them on, when it boots up, you'll see the LD on the screen as it's booting up, but in the top right-hand corner, you'll see it says 1.04.
Yep. Well, I'll walk through it with them, and hopefully they do well. It was absolutely gorgeous, and I didn't get out detecting. I would have liked to, but
so would I. I would have liked to as well, but I'm still cleaning up the big mess from the tree yesterday.
So, well, we're still chasing all kinds of stuff going on. It's full moon week, so everybody's going nuts on a nice day.
Right. Yeah, and then others are having not such a nice day, keeping everybody in our thoughts over in Japan. I think that was a 7.3 that hit this afternoon.
Yeah, they had another one. So, and then keep the thoughts to the folks in Ukraine, and hopefully they can pull through this. And all this stuff that's going on. And then, I don't know if you caught that on there earlier, the Walmart Super Distribution Center outside Indianapolis is cooking.
Uh-oh.
No, they've got it. They had it up live for a while.
Wow.
And it's toast.
That's not good.
Yep. So all kinds of stuff going on. And Frank's having a rough day of it. He's on the edge, he says. Don't fall off the edge, Frank. Hang in there with us.
Yeah, he's having a little bit of a rough day. I think he's gonna, kind of gnaw on some candy corn and think about things and get up and try it again in the morning.
Uh-huh.
That would be my line of attack anyway. And hopefully it works out for him.
Yep. So
we'll see. And this update is not for people who may be getting confused. I mean, the update, it says right on Nokta's website what this update address is. This is not the Iron Bias update that some people are waiting for. That one's still coming, I do believe.
Right.
Nice to see him get an update out so fast.
I've been in contact with Dulac and Russ Bobrona, and Russ is sending a couple of their influencers up, and Dulac is sending quarter order.
That's right.
That's what I was told, so that's what she told me. And so this will be interesting.
Right.
And I already talked to them. Rooms are getting booked, and people are signing up, and it's moving along. So, and it's looking like we're going to have close to 20 or 25 detectors to give out.
Oh my, that's quite a few.
Yeah,
that is definitely quite a few.
I'm not promising that, but the way it's rolling, Outdoor Outfitters is bringing a crew down, and they're distribution only, but they distribute to me and Ronnie and several others, so they're bringing a crew down to the hunt. That'll be a blast, and they're always great in supporting the Midwest hunts, too. So,
right. Can't beat that.
Be there, be square, folks. There's going to be a lot of goodies in the ground.
Right. And a lot of goodies to be raffled off, too, apparently.
Yep. Yeah, there'll be some giveaways at the meet and greet. We'll have a good time. Be a good time.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully they're getting their rooms booked and their campsites booked and all of that. Because it's going to be sad for them if they roll into town and they find out that they're a little bit out of luck. Hopefully that's not the case, though.
Yep.
Either way, to be on the safe side, just book early.
That's right. That's right.
You just never
we're
know.
Up to half a dozen rooms booked already. And I know Bob said he's getting stuff in the mail, and they're booking on PayPal with the hunt already. And we're still rounding out the wheel, smoothing out details and that kind of stuff. Got a meeting Thursday night with the board, getting everybody into position and who's going to get stuff. And yeah, it's just the way it goes. If you never put one on or try to put one together with all of us, group of people, we do a pretty good job, but there's always a few bumps in the road.
Right. Now it comes time to delegate and see who's getting this and who's doing that. And
that's right. that comes. I know Squatch, he'll be there, Kevin.
Yeah.
He'll help out on registration, whatever. And we'll have the Marshes out of Galesburg, and we'll have a lot of other people that are kind of local favorites around here. The Marshes run a pretty good online auction.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They're good people. They're all good people. We just got to lay it all out so we all know what we're going to do.
Yeah. And for anybody that hasn't been there before or anything and maybe wants to hear about the story of the hand grenade, they can ask Josh about it, because they
can ask Josh.
He's the one that found it.
Right there.
Yeah. he may be inclined to share that tale with a few people.
Oh, yeah. Maybe get him up there on stage the night before and have him talk about the live hand grenade out of the park.
Right. Maybe what we shouldn't do when we're detecting.
That's right. Throw it in the back of your car and drive home with it.
Yeah. Probably not the best thing to do. Gotta be a little more observant of the finds sometimes. Because you can clearly tell a dummy from a dummy grenade from a live one.
That's right.
Usually the dummy grenades have a big hole in the bottom of them.
Yep, that one didn't. And the cop knew it. He said, just put it on the ground. We're walking away. I'm getting the bomb squad. Just get away from it.
Yeah. And that one worked. It went boom.
Yeah, it went boom.
Something to keep in mind. I mean, you never know what's going to turn up there.
Hello, Roger King. Got a new name in there. Oh, Phil made it. Shannon found him. Yeah.
Oh, well, he was missing, huh?
Scott McClory's in the house.
Well, see, they're all dropping in now.
Yeah. Par's in there.
Oh, yeah, Pear's in there. I did see him in there. Let's see. That was yesterday. Yesterday, I actually had a nice little chat with
Famous
Pear.
Bills from Ohio are in there.
Oh, yeah. They were out digging today. They got to do some detecting.
Somebody said, which one? Bill Hayes found something good. What did he find?
Yeah, he did all right for himself. I think he's waiting on some confirmation, though, on one of the finds.
Aha. I'll have to see if I can look that up online.
So I don't know if he's saying a whole lot about it in the chat yet or not. So I think I'll leave him take care of that, because I think he'll be pretty excited to post once he gets verification of it and everything. So I won't pop his balloon or anything.
Ooh,
and
cool.
When I saw it was
Hold on
not.
there, you found a U.S. bit.
Yes,
nice.
Yes, he did.
Very nice.
I was going to say, when I saw it, it was
Very
a little hard for me to tell there, but that's what it looked like. I'm not sure what he's waiting on for confirmation, and he does say it was a Civil War bit, so that was cool. It looks like.
Phil jumped in. He got his first silver ring yesterday. Way to go, Phil.
Well, look at that. See, people are already getting out and tearing it up.
Yes, they are. Leaving us behind in the dust, Josh.
I know. Well, I'm getting left behind in wood chips, but that's the way it goes. It's a big pile of wood chips.
There you go.
But
go dig a garden and cover it in wood chips.
Slowly, but no, I don't want to do that. I want to leave the wood chips right where they're at, because it's from grinding out the stump.
Okay.
And I don't want any depression left in the ground, or as little as possible, anyway.
And Shelly's in the house, yelling at everybody. Shannon! Okay. So she's stirring up dust, too.
Yep.
I got to talk to those girls. I tried calling Shelly, but she was under the weather when I was calling, so see if they're coming out.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe Frank can kind of strong-arm them into coming out.
Just got to talk to the right people, Frank. Woohoo, success, he says.
All right. So, Frank is having a much better day now.
Yeah, there you go.
I know what he's referring to.
I've gotten several calls with people that got their detectors out. They got out in the field. It wasn't working right in the past couple of days. One, I spent about an hour and a half on the phone with him. I think we got it worked out. The other one, Of course, they hang them in the garage all winter. Well, the garage isn't heated, and he's up in northern Illinois also, over east of me, and he goes, what do you think it is? I think it's sat out in the cold is what the problem is. You should bring them in, take the batteries out, and just let them rest. And so I told him to switch coils and check that because it's just yowling.
Yeah, and I don't know, at least once, maybe twice a year, we tell them, don't leave them set in the garage all winter. Don't leave them set in the trunk of your car or whatever. Bring them indoors. Treat them like you want to be treated. Do you want to stay out there all winter? I don't think so. Yep. Pull those batteries out if they're removable. If they're not, maybe do a maintenance charge.
And charge them up when you go to set them aside. Ones with the lithium batteries in them, it's not good to let them leave run down. Charge them up, put them away. They should be good shape.
Yeah.
Next time you grab.
Absolutely, that can be hard on the lithium-ion polymers. So keep them, room temperature or whatever, and do your maintenance charge from time to time, and you should be good to go for next round of digging. Hopefully.
That's right. Well, I've got, you caught on earlier, there's a paper shortage, and they can't get books printed right now. And found that out. I was trying to order in some more Savage books. I'm going to call Charlene tomorrow and see if she's got any extras in hand yet, but factory back order means she's probably out too.
Yeah, good possibility, and that's unfortunate too, because Terry's fixing to have his 4th book released.
Printed. It's going to be interesting to see when this rolls out. So, when that rolls out.
Yeah,
him too.
That's going to
be. I don't know if it's the companies that are just having a shortage, but it's. I think All-Right said he saw it on TV or something today that there is a paper shortage.
Right. And yes, Roger, unfortunately, some people do leave them in their vehicle all winter long. Yes. Usually they're very sad come spring.
Well,
it's good business for the dealers, though.
With the hunt, and prizes are coming out, and I know some silver dollars and things that are going to be around for the hunt, and it's going to be interesting. There may be a gold piece involved, too.
Oh, I see. Okay, so Frank's saying that he had to go in and shut off all of his antivirus software, so it basically the update utility tool must have been throwing it must have been triggering the antivirus software and throwing a false positive, but once he disabled that, he was able to get the update to go just fine. Frank was having a little bit of issue with the update on the Legend earlier before the show, and we were trying to figure out if that was something with Windows 11 or what the deal was, because I know he was trying to update on a Windows 11 platform. But it looks like it was just the antivirus software that was messing with it. So, I
wonder if Frank's really gotten out and was able to test drive that Legend much yet.
Oh, he's been working it. He says he loves it in the dirt. It's doing very well. It's picking up on. He put up a video yesterday or the day before yesterday, I think it was, where he had pulled a musket ball. I want to say probably 9 inches deep. And it hit hard on it. And apparently in the respect of it being a simultaneous multi-frequency machine, it's also hitting pretty hard on deep, small pieces of tin. So, kind of similar to
Yeah.
what we saw with, say, the Equinox and little bits of split-shot sinkers and things like that. So, if it's going to hit hard on that stuff, it's going to hit hard on earrings, too, I would think.
I hope so. We're gonna find out. I got several customers picking them up. A couple have already got them. In fact, when we're done, I'm going to send them a note and say, hey, there's an update. Check it out. Make sure they know about it. And
yeah, they just released that update this morning, and I know there's plenty of people out there that are probably going to say, well, I don't need to update, I just got it, or I'd rather not update, and that's completely up to them. But Nokta releases these updates for a reason.
Right.
Either it's because of stability issues or whatever the reasoning may be behind it. It doesn't take that long to update. You're not going to necessarily do anything detrimental. My suggestion would be go ahead and update. And I know there's plenty of people out there that they're waiting to see that iron bias update. And it'll be interesting to see how it works with the machine. But so far, from everything I've heard, talking with people, it's performing quite well in the dirt. And this, for a lot of these people, this is just the standard package. This isn't the Pro Bundle, so they're not running the 6-inch coil, the external battery, nothing like that. They're just running the stock 11-inch coil, and they're reporting that things are going well. From what I've seen of it, very ruggedly built.
Right.
Definitely like the display on the Legend. Nice, big, contrasting display. So it's going to be interesting to see what people start to unearth with that. And for people that aren't a member of the Legend Facebook group, they ought to go over and join and just check out some of the things that people are finding. A gentleman posted.
Scrolled through there. And,
a gentleman,
they're doing rather well right out of the box, and that's commendable.
Exactly. A gentleman had posted yesterday or a few days ago, something like that. I think it rang up as a 28. I can't remember what mode he was in now. Might have just been Parks. And he had a nice 18-karat gold pendant that he had found with the Legend already. And a lot of these people, that's what they're doing. They're running these right out of the box. They're not trying to necessarily tweak anything yet. They're just getting familiar with it, seeing how it's going to operate, and see what the machine's telling them, where it's placing certain targets as far as the numeric range of the scale. And then they're going to start tweaking them, and who knows where it goes from there. And the lower carbon fiber shaft is definitely a very welcome addition to that machine, because we know.
I see it going on. I'm going to say hi to him. Hello, Kendall. No, it's not here yet. I'll leave it at that. He knows what I'm talking about.
Right. Because we know with the Simplex, there was a little bit of lower shaft wobble for some people. But with that carbon fiber lower now on the Legend, there's none to be noticed, at least as of yet. And I don't really expect that to change anytime soon.
Right.
So they're doing good. People are happy.
We're winning. Things are coming together, but there's a rumor out there. There's a bit of rumor.
Uh-oh.
Kendall, I'm glad you're on. It's a good group, and we have a lot of fun, and don't ever be afraid to call in.
Right.
Right. So, Yeah, there may be something in the pipe here coming down from one of our favorite companies. I'll bait everybody with that. Yeah. So,
well,
may here this fall.
Ooh.
So we'll leave it, and I'll give other tidbits out as things move along.
And the carrot starts to dangle.
Mm-hmm. Carrot horse.
Yeah, that's a way to egg them on there, Chuck.
Oh yeah, I gotta keep stirring a little bit.
Right.
Things I was told and asked about, and it's just kind of putting some things together. So we'll keep you updated as I find out what I can tell you.
There you go. That should be interesting.
Yep.
Definitely. Well, there's going to be people anxiously awaiting those announcements.
Yeah. And Shelley's in there talking about basketball.
Aha. Well, I'll just leave it at that then.
Frank, it's
I was waiting for him to say something like that.
Michael, I'm not saying anything on that. The 3030 is an excellent machine. Period. Ask Frank. Me.
Yes.
Some of the others using them.
Oh, yeah.
But there may be something coming down the pipe.
Well, that's all that can be said right now. Do with it what you choose, folks.
Right.
Let your imagination roll with it, but you could be sadly mistaken.
Yep. We'll see.
Because I'm sure there's a number of people in the chat that they have some ideas on what's going on, and I'm sure there's a number of them that are not correct.
Michael Boyles is saying, should I hold off on a 3030? I'm not telling you to hold off on anything.
Right. Don't hold off.
Yet.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't.
You wait a long time on some of these.
Exactly.
The first ones that come out aren't totally finished yet, but you get to see them. Then they get completed and tuned and sent back and a lot of stuff. The teasers will be out and all this kind of stuff coming down the line. So it takes a while.
And then even after an official release, it still could take a while. So don't hold off on anything. Otherwise, you may find yourself a little frustrated.
Okay. And Michael, good luck if you make the move, buddy.
I think he'd do well with it. I would imagine.
That's right, ORH. The new Seymour.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, that would be a good way to put it. The new to be continued.
Right. That's right.
Insert guesses all you want, but you could be wrong.
Well, we'll see if it comes to fruition.
That's a good point, too.
Get it out. If they start showing it off at the end of this year, it could be before the following year. And with the way things are going on, who knows?
Right. Yeah, supply and demand interruptions and everything else.
And other than that, I got to get out and get some digging time in. And yeah, I broke a Legend out. I've looked it over. I'm impressed with its build. I'm impressed with the way it goes together. And the last couple I had in, they're gone. I got more coming in, and I'm going to break one out, set it aside, and go out and give it some time.
And very well balanced. Right. They're not all that heavy either.
No, they aren't. No. That's part of the game. We got to keep them light. We got to keep them fast. We got to keep them upgradable. lithium
Yep.
ion.
Waterproof.
Down the line, that's the game plan on all these now. You got to keep them in that mode because that's what people are becoming accustomed to.
Right.
They
That's
don't want
what
an
the
arm brake,
consumer
they don't
wants.
want one with a 2-pound battery on the back end of it.
No. I mean, that may be all right for some of the people, but for a lot of us anymore, we'd rather stay lightweight if we can.
Right. Right.
I mean,
And the lithium ion technology and everything that we've got now is amazing. And even emergency equipment switching over to it, chainsaws and this kind of stuff with 60-volt lithium ion batteries that will run a chainsaw at work for 4 solid hours.
oh, yeah, absolutely.
And,
Yeah. Years ago, the benefit just wasn't there. The technology hadn't progressed enough.
No, the NiCad units that were out there, you had to be careful with them. They developed memories. They didn't last as well. They were very expensive and very heavy.
Right. But now that the technology has progressed to the point that it has, we're seeing them incorporated more and more into everything. Like you said,
Right.
the chainsaws and things like that. I mean, we've got a lawnmower that runs on lithium-ion batteries.
Mm-hmm. Yep, keep versus a gasoline engine.
Yeah, with gas prices the way they are.
Yep. The only problem with lithium is they are a touchy little thing if you don't take care of it.
Right, yeah, and that's why the advantage just was not there in past years. Now, though, they've kind of streamlined that a little better to where most of these are being charged with a balanced charging system. So that
Right.
helps quite a bit, too, as far as taking care of them and everything. That can definitely help and be of a benefit. I mean, like you said, especially with chainsaws, you don't have to worry about carrying fuel with you and trying to keep it from getting knocked over or anything like that.
Right.
They can be handy. There's still a time and a place for them at times, though, I think. For some of that. But for the most part, they have definitely come a long way. I mean, there are still certain power tools that I would rather use a corded tool, but more often than not anymore, the lithium-ion power tools are doing every bit as much as what a corded or pneumatic tool could do, and then some.
Well, the lithium technology, and believe it or not, Kodak had a huge amount to do with that. And they partnered with 3M. And the early tiny lithium batteries that they had and things like that, it was developed and redeveloped, and then the cellular phone industry and the backup batteries for cell towers were huge, lead acid style, and they had to be cooled and all this. And
extremely heavy.
And yeah, they were heavy, and that started bringing it more and more to the forefront. And then technology in the military for demand, and Michael was talking about it in there a little bit with the night vision style stuff, and we all won on this a little bit.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
3M is still one of, if not the largest supplier of that lithium.
Yeah, we're all reaping the benefits of it, whether people realize it or not, because it's incorporated into everyone's everyday life, whether it's their cell phone, their tablet, their laptop, their
their power tools, whatever. Their metal detectors. It's everywhere now.
And it's getting better and lighter and easier, and we're seeing that
more
in our
compact.
detectors. Yes, that lightweight, it's phenomenal. The 800 has a, it's blue, the replacement battery. It only weighs, to do the same thing with, let's go back to the old alkalines, some of the same power and the length of time you get out of them, you'd be lugging around 6-7 pounds of C-cell batteries.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why they called them arm breakers. Those were a lot of weight back in the day. But
right.
Now, you don't even notice it.
Which one of the whites? I had a whites that used C-cell and a 9-volt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember them.
And it got pricey changing batteries out.
Yeah. I'm sure you can probably recall, what was it, back in the 80s, I believe. Garrett had, I think it was a Money Hunter. And that thing ran on 4 9-volt batteries. It's like taking out a loan just to put batteries in your machine.
Yep.
Those weren't cheap either. But now, everything, you've got all this rechargeable technology that all you got to do is plug it in, charge it up, and keep going. And some of those, even past that, you can charge them while you're using them.
Yep. Phil posted up, Shannon has that dumbass is calling again for a ringtone. For
Phil. Nice. But I'm pretty sure they're looking forward to the hunt. I believe they're going to try to make it.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of people there.
Yep.
Definitely.
They can drag their camper up if they have to. They get a spot rented out.
Yeah, that's true too. I guess they could do that. There is that option. They just have to call the park and reserve their campsite.
Yep.
So we'll have to see, and hopefully no tones drop Monday. You will be, if I remember right, that's this Monday. You'll be on with Frank and the gang.
Frankie and Steve and Ronnie are going to be chatting about the hunt and other things, I'm sure. And we'll see. It's still developing. The hunt is still growing. People are still wanting to throw in. So, and that's the way it goes. You think you got it pretty well laid out, but you got to keep adding to it. And we keep adding to it.
Well, that's what makes events like this evolve to bigger, better events every year.
That's right. Well, we try to keep this at a level where everybody is involved from the beginner all the way up through, and everybody can work with everybody and talk about new detectors and connect. Have Andy there, have other experts. We got, I think Frank's coming. You want to talk electrolysis? There's the man. Ronnie the Ghetto, he's going to be there, the gold digger. He's always coming up with innovative ideas, working on that, getting them out there to us. That's the fun of this. You get to meet these people, you get to talk with them, you learn from them, you go out, have a good time. You might find some real good stuff. And hang out with KG and Ringy.
Yeah.
And usually my day's spent helping people set up detectors because they bought it off of Amazon. And they go, I don't know how to make it work.
Right. That's why you should always go with a reputable dealer. Not the big box stores or the online merchants.
And Shannon says it's her first seated hunt. So, yeah. just turn your sensitivity down on your machine and go get them.
Right. Just don't look
Nothing's
back.
going to be deep. It all depends upon the soil condition. If it's dry, we just kind of push them into the ground out of sight, get them so you can't see them because we don't want a lot of deep digging going on. We try to preserve the park that we're in. It's a pretty nice spot.
Right. Got to keep things in. Got to keep a good repertoire going with the park.
Yes. Yes.
And hopefully there's no monsoon.
And the same with any seeded hunt, unless you got some of them are out in fields and that kind of stuff. But hand trowels, no shovels during the hunt. We want to preserve it. And your stock coils. You can't go above a stock coil.
Right. And no pulse induction units. They're not needed.
No PI units. Nope. One guy turns a PI in and clears everybody out of there. There's going to be a war.
Yeah. Things can get ugly real quick.
That's right. Phil, you don't need a shovel, just a hand tool. During the season hunts now, out in the remote parts of the park, and if you deliver your shovel, cut a nice plug, put it back together, that's one thing. But during the season hunts, shovels, it gets ugly. People are in a hurry. They're out there, you're a little bit, see how much of this stuff you can find. And there'll be other items out there. It isn't a all silver hunt. They'll be clad. There'll be silver. There'll be Indian heads and nickels and
tokens, maybe.
Tokens. We've got watch fobs to put out. We were handed a big box of old watch fobs. They're reproductions, but we got a bunch of them. They'll be out in that hunt. Kids hunt will have all kinds of stuff in it. So it's all fun, and there'll be tokens for prizes, and it'll be a good time.
Yeah, a good time for all.
Right.
Definitely, that's...
Places you never find any seeds in the season hunt. Oh, well.
Well, maybe somebody will have to stash a small bag of candy corn out there for him.
Maybe we ought to just have a fourth hunt. Candy corn hunt.
Right?
That
Frank's
gives me an
in.
idea.
Yep, Frank would be in for it, I'm sure.
Uh-huh.
He'd be game. Of course, that one's liable to get real competitive. Frank doesn't want anyone getting a hold of his candy corn.
Ooh. No. There you go. Well, anyway, I'm going to get out of here. It's past our hour there. And hopefully Terry's book gets into print. I might give him a call tomorrow and just see what he's hearing.
Right, yeah, it would be interesting to see how that's working, especially after seeing what you were putting in the chat and talking about tonight about Andy's books.
Paper shortage.
Right.
We'll see how that works out. So
it happens.
Anyway, everybody be safe out there. Oh, I got some happy news for all of you laying east of me. Tomorrow, 60 here roughly. They're starting to rain.
Yep.
Friday, rain mixed with snow, but just to the north of me, they're talking up to 8 to 10 inches.
That's why I was working.
We're going back to 60 again on Sunday.
Yep, that's why I was working with wood chips and everything today, because that rain's going to drag that stuff down.
Yeah. So, it's March. The yo-yo's working.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
yeah.
Night all. Everybody be safe. If you can still get out and find something, do it. Put those pictures up. I will get a chance between this being a full moon week and we're chasing fire trucks up and down the road and working out on that stuff. Past few days have been absolutely hectic. So have a great one. Be safe. Bye-bye.
You too. Thanks for the call, Chuck.
Thanks for having me, Josh. Later.
So, like we said, Chuck will be on with Frank and the gang Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, it's Shelly and Dawn with Can You Dig It over on YouTube. 8 p.m. Eastern. Unless something comes up. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And it sounds like Frank's got his legend updated. Very good. I'm sure he may mention a little bit about that Monday for people who may have questions about it, what they're doing wrong, anything like that, because it's just like anything else. It may seem a little strange until you get through it once or twice or something, but after that, no problem. So people should be able to handle it okay, but that was a good point in the chat. Make sure and turn your antivirus software off just in case that is causing some sort of conflict. Other than that, once you get it to go through, the update goes quickly, less than 60 seconds probably. I think Frank may have even put in the chat 30 seconds. So very, very quick, very, very painless. Once you get to that point, it can get a little frustrating at times, but just take your time with it. You'll get it figured out. Other than that, we've got the hunt information in the chat, in the description and everything for those who may not use Facebook. That way they can see what the prices are, the payment info, and that is the early bird price. And I think the information also says what it will be after the early bird. Other than that, reserve your rooms, reserve your campsites. Remember, long-handled shovels are out of the seated hunts. Stock coils are in for the seated hunts. No pulse induction units for the seated hunts. Until the next one, I think I'm going to roll on out of here too, so I can hopefully try to get my sinuses all straightened out, and we'll see what the rest of the week brings. I've still got a lot of things to try and get done before that rain comes in that Chuck was speaking of. Until the next one, get out there and try to find something if you can. I know people are doing it. The bills were out. Hopefully I can be out soon. We'll catch you on the next one.